and welcome to another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am your host, Audrey Williams.
And I am your co-host, Devonay Forrest. Today we have something special packaged just for you because
it's Children's Day. That's right, and today it's all about celebrating our children and treating them with love and care.
Yes, because we are a heritage from the Lord.
Today we look at the early phases of the Overseas Examination Commission, OEC, which administers and provides final exams to our places of learning. Then we look at how an institution cares for the most vulnerable children among us and more.
So don't you go anywhere
because you're watching Jamaica Magazine.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry and this is your JIS News for Friday, May 17, 2024. The Factories Corporation of Jamaica FCJ has been directed to develop turnkey community micro-business parks island-wide to create more cost-effective operation spaces for micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the disclosure during the launch of Adam and Eve Day Spa's new location on the Old Hope Road in Kingston on Wednesday, pointing out that there are about 425,000 MSMEs across Jamaica. Mr. Holness says this will help to address access to proper infrastructure, specifically purpose-built facilities, which is a general challenge that many experience.
Many business persons, particularly MSMEs, they raise the issue of, for example, not having enough warehousing space. That is always a problem. And in the search for properties, when they do find properties, the level of retrofitting that has to be done to make the property useful is sometimes overwhelming on the business.
The first turnkey community micro-business park being built by the FCJ is the Morant Bay Urban Center in St. Thomas. The FCJ has also undertaken a massive expansion of the Garmex facility. That work is being done in two phases, with approximately $3.5 billion spent over the last 3 years.
But we recognize that whilst we will have larger businesses moving in and occupying the space, that we must support the MSMEs in and around the area to create this ecosystem of real estate and facilities.
The value of benefits under the government's social pension program has been increased from $6,800 to $12,000. The new benefit payment, which is dispersed bi-monthly, took effect in May. The social pension program was introduced in 2021 as the government's Caring for Our Elderly initiative. It provides financial support to senior citizens 75 years and older who are not in receipt of a pension and are not beneficiaries of a government program. In a release announcing the increased payment amount, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security reveals that approximately 13,000 elderly persons are now benefiting from the program. Other vulnerable seniors who meet the criteria are being encouraged to register for assistance under the program. Applications may be submitted on behalf of eligible persons by their caregivers. Interested persons may contact the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's office in their parish of residence. More information is available on the ministry's website at mlss.gov.jm. Telecommunications Minister Darrell Vaz says the government is committed to reducing the digital divide in marginalized communities. He was speaking at the inaugural Caribbean Spectrum Management Conference held in Montego Bay recently.
Addressing this challenge requires a multifaceted approach encompassing infrastructure development, digital literacy programs, and targeted initiatives to reach marginalized communities. By working collaboratively across sectors and leveraging innovative technologies, we can further bridge the digital divide and create a more equitable and inclusive society for all.
As part of this work, Minister Vaz says the successful implementation of community Wi-Fi hotspots in the last financial year has brought internet penetration to 315 communities across the island. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton is encouraging parents, guardians and teachers to take steps to ensure that our children are engaging in physical activities that will enable them to live a healthier life.
We need to do more to encourage our children to go outside, to leave the smartphone. Probably don't have it at all in the school, although I know sometimes it's essential for communication. To come off of the internet, to avoid some of the ultra-processed snacks, greasy, salty, sugary, fatty, and get back to the basic lifestyle of living.
He is also urging students to identify an engagement that they can actively participate in daily, particularly something they enjoy.
If you like running, go run a little mile around the house. If you like walking, go out and walk for half an hour. If you like swimming and you can swim, go do a little swimming. If you like hiking, go and hike.
Dr. Tufton was speaking at the National School Moves Day held at Manchester High School recently. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSA-MC, will be undertaking work at the Jamaica Society for the Blind and Missionaries of the Poor on Labor Day. Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Andrew Swaby, announced the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish projects during the KSA-MC's monthly meeting on Tuesday. They are in keeping with the 2024 Labor Day theme, persons with disabilities, the elderly and the vulnerable, ramp up the access, show that you care.
Society for the Blind will be retrofitting the ramp to enable better accessibility for the wheelchairs. The Missionary of the Poor will be doing a rehabilitation of the corridors at their facilities on Law Street to facilitate easier travel of wheelchairs.
The mayor says several beautification projects will also be taking place ahead of Labor Day.
To kickstart the work of the Cleaner Kingston Committee, we intend to prune the trees in the general parade areas and on King Street. We'll be clearing dump sites. Planter boxes and flower beds will be made ready for planting. We'll be washing and sanitizing the area around St. William Grand Park. The main focus will be cleaning up the public space and making them more attractive.
And finally, preparations are in high gear for the Future of Work and Productivity Summit slated for June 20. The three-day event is being organized by the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. During the recent media launch, Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. said the goal of the summit was to better prepare the country for current realities and what is coming.
A lot of things that we take for granted is technology that has become so integrated into our lives that it's just there, but it's not. And so we have to find innovation and technology in our practices as well to make sure that we're harnessing the best of tomorrow.
Permanent Secretary Colette Roberts-Risden says the summit will aim to educate and inform, foster multi-stakeholder dialogue, promote productivity enhancement, and facilitate networking and collaboration.
Furthermore, the summit will serve as a commitment from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to not only advocate for, but to actively implement policies that support digital upskilling and the adoption of new productivity tools.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Whatever you do, don't be this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lifeguard speaking. For your safety and that of those around you, please listen carefully to what I'm going to say next. Whenever possible, swim at a beach with a lifeguard on duty or where signs indicate that swimming is safe. 2, this should probably be number 1, but learn how to swim. 3. Stay in the designated swimming area. 4. Read and follow all guidelines and never swim alone. 5. If you fall into difficulty, raise your hand in the air and call for help. 6. Pay attention to local weather conditions and forecasts. 7. If you observe someone in distress, tell a lifeguard, or if you don't see one, phone 119 or 110 and request a Coast Guard. And before you swim off with this information, my friend Bernard has another tip for you.
Everywhere you go, and you see a fishing vessel like those small ones up there in the harbor, anywhere you go and see those small vessels, that's the safest area to swim.
The Overseas Examination Commission, OEC, was established in 2005 under the Ministry of Education and Youth in Jamaica. It has since been administering and providing examinations to our institutions, and today we learn more about that work, specifically the early years. Please take a look.
Tucked away among more famous neighbours, on a street that's named after one of London's busiest thoroughfares, stands an entity that's at the heart of Jamaica's secondary, tertiary, and professional education. The name Overseas Examinations Commission may be synonymous with finalizing exams for secondary education. After all, the company started out by administering the GCE to 47 students in 1887. But the company offers so much more.
So for example, now we scan examination papers, and this is in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and an overseas body that will actually do the imaging and so on. We offer transcript services far and wide, and the OEC brand is known and respected and accepted in all major universities, and some of them that are not so major. As far as Australia, as far north as Northern Europe, we have provided those services. So that is another a major activity for us here. And of course, now the other support service that will help us to pay the people who work for us, to ensure that we have the kind of staff we need, and to underpin all of that is our IT department that provides now what has become critical. When we moved over here in 2008, we had a quasi-network. Now we are in the nerve of this organization is so far-reaching and so in-depth and so technical that the IT department has to come in for some mention.
We actually moved into this building in 2007. For decades, the Overseas Examinations Committee operated out of a board building on Piccadilly Road. Back then it was modern, but now we are getting to a space where we can make it even more modern and even more state-of-the-art, especially as examinations move into the digital space. Many of our students are now doing their exams online and so on. So we're transitioning now into this digital space. And so we're looking to upgrade our facilities and having the kind of environment that students can write their exams electronically, and we can have electronic transfer of data and the resolution of problems, and all of those issues can be handled electronically.
In the early years, it was O-level and advanced level. And all schools were doing these O-level and advanced level subjects. And University of London too, external exams. We had the LLB exams, which I think we still do now. The office still does. But as soon as CXC started to come on street, CXC started with English and maths first as trial subjects. And then gradually they, put in other subjects, and other subjects came on street until now. CXC has a whole slate of the exams that Cambridge used to do, but they're more Caribbean based. Eventually Cambridge and London got to understand just where we were going. And they were very cooperative. They understood. I can't forget when Cambridge sent somebody there and all we had was typewriters, you know. And he said, very soon you're going to see a computer on each desk. And I'm sure we have reached there now, where you have a computer on each desk. But we really are coming from a far, far way. The curriculum too, up to the time I left, was incorporating subjects like music and drama, which was not in the Cambridge slate of subjects that CXC was bringing in. And I'm sure by now they have brought in more. So the whole idea that CXC had of making examinations more Caribbean oriented, I think they succeeded.
Our tagline is IRE, integrity, reliability, innovation, and efficiency. That really has been our guiding principle. I mean, for any organization that has been able to exist and to continue to function well for the decades that we've been functioning, must be built on very sound moral and ethical principles. The administration of examination is a very serious business in any country, because this is where persons leaving the system must prove that they have acquired the skills and the credentials to be able to enter the world of work, university, colleges, and so on. So the preservation of the integrity of examination is a huge part of our mission. And I think we've done extremely well over the decades in preserving that legacy and preserving those ethical and moral principles to ensure that the qualifications that students have are really evidence of their own abilities and their own skill sets and their own intellectual development.
Keep that smile on their faces and preserve their innocence. Cherish the moments you have with them and create the best memories. Let's inspire our children to dream big and work hard to achieve all they aspire to be. Take the time to listen to our children and really hear their side of the story. Our children deserve love and the right to access their basic needs. Do your part and protect our children.
Every year in Jamaica, about 700 children are born with autism. But do you know what that is?
And how you can support the parent of a child with the condition?
Well, the answers will be revealed in our upcoming feature.
Slide. Slide. 1, 2, 3, go! Woo! Good job. Let's go into the playout, all right?
When she was about 6 months, I realized that she wasn't sitting up. She wasn't creeping. She wasn't making any attempts like that. As a newborn baby coming up, she didn't cry. She hardly cried and she didn't interact with me, really. She would make eye contact now and then. One of the signs of autism is that the children do not make eye contact. They tend to have sensitivity of their hand middles, their foot bottoms, and their mouths, oral sensitivity. Some of them take a long time to get used to changes, to different situations, to different persons.
Adriana would be on the moderate to severe level of the spectrum, and she also has something called global developmental delays, meaning several areas of her development are affected.
Listen to the Good
Very
job.
good.
Good job. We're going to go to your favorite place ever, to the play field.
Time to
We're
pack
putting
up,
them in the
Adriana.
box.
Time to pack up.
For the child with autism, it's very difficult to move from one activity to another. Adriana has problems with those.
Well, I have to find ways to distract her, like I'll sing with her. I'll say a favorite poem or something that will distract her. I give her a toy that will distract her from what she's doing and get her interested in something else.
Come, wait for your shoes. We have to put on your shoes to go to the play field. Come here. Come this way. Come, we're going to the swing. Going to the swing.
She likes to be actually free in her environment, and so any opportunity given, she'll be running away. And as such, the shadow is very, very important in her life in order to help her to know danger and to keep her on focus.
I've been a shadow for Adriana since September 2013. I help her with her academics, self-help skills, social skills. For instance, carrying her to the playground. In all areas, I watch her for the whole day that she's at school.
She won 2 of her events in sports and she got 2 gold medals for that. She did a flat race 25 meter. She won that race, and we had obstacle race and she won that race also.
Sometimes it's a happy journey, sometimes it feels easy, sometimes it feels overwhelming, like you just can't go another day, you know, but at the end of the day, as long as there's love for her, then you can find the strength. Adriana has a little sister who is like her big little sister. When Adriana should have been the one maybe helping to put baby to sleep, baby is the one helping to put Adriana to sleep. She will follow whatever Elisa does, she will listen. Her big brother, DeMarco, he has been, from Adriana was a baby, he wanted to change diapers. He wanted to take care of his sister, and he still does. Her daddy he's a good support too. Her dad picks her up every morning, takes her home every evening.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. I would do it every day, every day. If that child is a part of you, whichever way life turns, whichever way things turn, be there for your child. Were it not for you, that child wouldn't be here. And if every father would do the same, just be there for your child. That's the basic law of humanity. Be there for your child.
Everyone has the right to freedom of expression, even our children.
My voice matters. Every child has a right to speak up. It's not like they can stay quiet forever, and everything they have to say is important. So that's why I think my voice matters.
At school and at home, every child's voice should matter.
In this school, nobody is more and nobody is less.
My teachers, my parents, they know who I am because they understand me and they know what I understand from what I don't.
I will encourage the students to do their best. I will say that even if they do not get something they want, they might get something even better.
When emotions are close to the surface and we contemplate on life, we will all remember the phrase, "A child shall lead them."
My voice matters.
The arts allow for personal expressions, which I enjoy, which corresponds with the invention of games.
It's something we encourage all of our children to do.
take you down to the past.
the month of May. Let's stand up tall. We have rights as children, one and all. Speak out loud. Let your voices ring. Protecting us children should be a sacred thing. Today, we celebrate each child's worth, our dreams and hopes, their joy and mirth. Let's cherish them with love so sweet, for every child deserves a seat. Stand up, speak out, let's make it clear. Our rights and freedoms we hold dear. No child should suffer, no child alone. Together, we build a brighter zone. So, celebrate your child, embrace their light. In their laughter, find the light. Treat us with kindness, love, and care, for in our hearts, our future we bear. Stand up, speak out, protect our flight. Stand up, ensure our dreams take flight. For every child, please pave the way to a world where we thrive and play. Stand up, speak out, protect our rights.
We've reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, gis.gov.gm. I'm Audrey Williams.
And I'm Devaney. Remember that all children need love and protection.
So, get up and speak up. Bye for now.
Bye.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.